Alright guys, and welcome back to Armoured Warfare. Sorry my hiatus has been absolutely enormous. That's because my life outside of gaming and everything is just... It's become incredibly busy with college work and jobs and family life and all that sort of stuff. So I just haven't had the time to make any videos at all. And I sat down this weekend, today, while I made this video, and I thought to myself in the morning, I was like, you know what? I have 2 days spare. Let's get a video. And I thought, what a better tank to play than the T-64A. It's one of the new vehicles that's been added to the game, and, well, a lot of people are probably curious to what it's like. I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there already on the T-64A, but I thought I'd throw my 2 pence into what I think of this vehicle. And, it's fairly good. It's not as overpowered as I thought it would be. I remember back playing the alpha test, and I remember the T-64A there, and that was, well, I'm not sure if I'm still under NDA about the alpha test, but let's just say it was a very capable vehicle, the T-64A, and I had high hopes for this vehicle. I thought, oh, the T-64A, if it's like what I thought it would be, then it's going to be very, very good. And, well, they've struck the balance to what I wanted it to be. It's a balanced vehicle, but at the same time, it's really good fun to play. It's got its strengths, and it's got its weaknesses. And from the few games that I've played of it, and I've got 2 here of a selection, one's very fast-paced, this one here is a much slower-paced game. 2 very different games, playing the vehicle in 2 different ways. And I really got to grips with how this vehicle plays. And, well, let's start off with the strengths of this vehicle. The strengths of the vehicle is it's got very strong frontal armor. For its tier, this armor is incredibly good. In some aspects, it's better than the Ural. I think it's got better frontal hull armor than the Ural. That's just in relative thickness, let alone add the era on top of it, and the angling. And the frontal hull armor is very strong. The turret armor is not to be sniffed at. Although it is significantly weaker than the T-72, it should not be sniffed at. The ERA that this vehicle gets does eat up a lot of high explosive, and it eats up a lot of heat rounds, which is very useful. Say those ATGMs that flying at me, they get eaten by it. It's useful against Terminators, for example, because the ATGMs get eaten by the ERA. That is a pretty good strong point. The gun as well. It might be a T-64, but it gets a 125mm gun. This gun is very powerful. With the standard AP for what I have now, I have no damage retrofits. All I have is the gyroscopic stabilizer. So on penetration, it's 309mm of penetration. Now that is not too bad for tier 5. That's good enough to get the job done, 309. Although it might not be the LOL pen guns of the T-72 Ural, 309mm is not bad. And as I say that, I bounce directly off the side of a Ural. Fantastic. The damage is not bad either. For the standard armor piercing rounds, I think it's 405 damage. That's the standard average damage of the AP rounds. That's not bad at all. That's a fairly big chunk of HP at tier 5. The gun is very good. The 2 biggest problems with this gun, however, is, of course, its aim time and its accuracy. Look at that. We had a perfect shot on the side of the turret, and it just bounced off. Not particularly amazing fun. The 309 penetration, actually, it's good enough for the tier. Let's just go back to that. It's good enough for the tier, but it's not brilliant. I can't stress it enough. 309mm is good, but it's not brilliant. I can't say it. You have to play the vehicle to realise that the penetration is alright. It's alright. Accuracy, as I said, not brilliant. I can't remember the accuracy off by heart, but it's not very good. It's not even 0.1 degree spread. It's pretty awful. Look at that spread. That's fully aimed. The aim time is not that brilliant. That's why I have the gyroscopic stabilizers. I'm not too worried about the accuracy because the vehicle is meant to be an upfront brawler, and I'm not playing it as an upfront brawler. So the aim time needs to be improved, and the reload. The reload is probably the biggest weakness with this vehicle's firepower. It is incredibly slow. 8.93 seconds. I could get it a little bit quicker if I put on the thermal gun sleeve, but the aim time also needs to be improved alongside that. So the gyroscopic stabilizers Mark III is probably the best thing to add to this vehicle. It's 8.9 seconds. That is so slow. The Urals is faster than that, and the Ural has bigger alpha damage. It's also got higher penetration and better accuracy. This vehicle really suffers in damage per minute. It's biggest flaw is the DPM. It's the most frustrating thing. You're trying to do damage and you just can't dish it out. The alpha damage is good, but for its reload time, it's not brilliant. It really isn't. This vehicle's DPM is very, very slow. Another big weakness of this vehicle, of course, is it's a T-64. There's no getting away from it. It's the elephant in the room. It's a T-64 at tier 5. The T-64 didn't have, you know, bad armor for its tier, but you're putting that armor, it's improved. The frontal armor is very good and the ERA adds a lot, but it's still a T-64. That side armor, as you can see there, is still as thin as it ever was. You can't side scrape in this vehicle. I can't stress it. If you see a T-64A Hunter side scraping and you're in a Ural or you're in a Chieftain fire, you know, whatever, the side armor is so weak. It really is bad. You can't side scrape in this vehicle at all. The rear of the vehicle is just non-existent. There's no point in even mentioning that. So you always want to keep your frontal armor pointed at the enemies. Now that becomes a problem when there's more than one enemy, because you can't have two fronts to a vehicle. That doesn't count. Now you've got to have a front and a rear. So you're going to be taking damage. And as you also saw there, while I was trying to angle my armor against that Ural, he was firing into the top of my turret. The top of the turret is also actually quite weak. It's not that strong. I would have hoped that he would have bounced off the era, or the angling of the turret would have made it so he had bounced. But he didn't. That just shows to me that the top of the turret is very weak. Now that might not seem like a problem, but being a T-64, the vehicle is very low profile. So doing even the slightest of downhills means that the top of the turret will be exposed to enemy guns, meaning that you're going to take damage. That's not fun. Lower plate is not as weak as I thought it would be. I have taken a couple of bounces off the front. In the next game, you'll see that I take a couple of bounces off the lower plate from Urals, Chieftains, etc. And it's not that bad. It does have some era covering along the sides. On the centre of the lower plate, it doesn't have any era. Fire there if you see one of these vehicles. Hatches on top. The hatches on top are a bit hard to hit, simply because the era that's on top of the turret does sort of obscure them a little bit. I wouldn't recommend going for the hatches. Probably another massive weakness of this vehicle, although the front of the turret has era on it, where the turret ring is on the vehicle and where it joins the hull, it's very flat there. It might be a circular turret, a cylindrical turret, but that's still there. If you're firing perpendicular into the turret ring, it's only about 200mm to 240. It's not very thick at all. You can go through that relatively easily. Here we go. Bounced off the tracks. Naughty Terminator. Now, this is where you see the reload in action. You can see him. Terminator is side on all that time. 9 seconds in the open side on to me. And I can't reload a round in time to put one into his side. That is, I'm so frustrated at that bit. So now I'm going to have to relocate back again to see if I can head off this Terminator. But also, T-64A being a premium, it does earn good reputation and good credits. That's a really nice thing. It doesn't matter how badly you do, this vehicle on average for me earns over 100,000 credits a game. That is pretty damn good. It's not as good as the Chieftain Mark 6 Leader, I don't think. The Leader, I usually earn about 300,000 to 400,000 credits a game. This vehicle, I earn in the region of about 150 to 250,000 credits a game. But this vehicle is more competitive than the Mark 6. That's the thing. That's probably the reason why the Mark 6 earns more, but this vehicle is way more competitive. Better armor, better gun. Or mobility's not terrible on this vehicle. It's alright, I can say. Its turret traverse is 39 degrees a second. I know that one because I have the Mark III enhanced drivetrain to get the turret moving, because that thing is slow. Top speed isn't too bad. I think it's about 40 to 50 kilometers an hour. I'm not too sure on the statistics off by heart. Don't take my word for it, guys. I don't want you using my statistics that I've thought of in my head now that I think are roughly the statistics. I don't want you going to the forum or arguing with your friends about it and then blaming it on me when I get it wrong, because I'm not massively sure. It's alright for the mobility. We're going 45 kph, 47, 50. Oh, we're going past 50 now. Look at this. Holy crap. 50. We probably can reach about 60, 65 kilometers per hour in this vehicle. That is not particularly that bad. Through the water, 55 kph. Mobility isn't terrible, but upper hill is painful. It's not it's probably one of the bigger weaknesses as well. Biggest weakness of this vehicle, of course, is the DPM. DPM is the worst thing about this vehicle. It really is bad. An AMX 10P Pack 90 can get 2 rounds into you before you can even get 1 into him. It's that bad. You can actually lose a shot trading with a 10P 90. Although a lot of vehicles will, it's just sad to think that a tier 5 NBT with Hunter in its name, ERA slapped all over it, 125mm gun, armor piercing, you can't beat a 10P 90 in just a one-on-one, just like that. 10P90 can outmaneuver you, he can out-reload you, he can out-DPM you, better accuracy, better aim time, better gun handling all round. It's just, I would have liked this vehicle to have been a little bit more competitive. But, what can I say? Premium tank, tier 5, what do you want? It's good tier 5 premium. Nice camouflage, it's a bit different from all the rest. It is a nice vehicle. Here's the Terminator, about to finish the game, and I missed the shot, of course, because this vehicle is not the most accurate when firing without being aimed. I like the new UI changes as well. Coming back to patch 0.16, I like the new UI changes. It seems to have been massively, what's the word? Oh, I've just ruined the atmosphere now. Not enhanced, improved. Everything's improved. The performance, that's the one. Performance, that's the word I'm looking for. I used to get only about 30 frames per second on the lowest graphics settings, as you might see if you look back at my old videos. But now I'm getting about 40 to 35 FPS on medium graphics, and that's playable for me. I'm quite happy with that. The graphics is not bad. Look at that, though. Victory. Literally one reputation point off 11,000. Didn't come top on the team. He came 3rd on damage, top on reputation. Not bad. 169,000 credits for only 3,802 damage with a bronze crate and a master gunner. Not bad. Potential damage, though, of 5,006 if we didn't bounce all those rounds off the enemies or miss all the time. Would have been a bit nicer if we had done 5,000 damage. But yeah, I love the new optimizations. That's the word. Optimizations, not performance, optimizations. Everything's optimized. The UI is faster, the load times are faster, FPS is better, I don't get massive ping spikes anymore. The game is on its way up. From last patch to now, the game has been hugely improved, and the new global ops, yeah, that new game mode is actually really good. I've been seeing on the Discord that I'm part of people just posting their screenshots, and they're running what, in excess of 2 million credits a game. It's utterly insane. The game is just taking its own twist on it, and I love it. I think it's really good. I wish I could play more, but I just haven't got the time in my life to be playing this game loads anymore. Of course, I'm still going to be putting out content, but I just don't know when. I haven't got a schedule. I just have to put content out when I have the time to just play the game, get some games, and make a video and a commentary on it. I don't know when, guys. Stay tuned, though, because I still will be putting out videos every so often. So here we are, our second game on Reactor. Reactor's not a brilliant map, and it's another tier 6 match, so let's go to the center. Let's go and brawl. Center, encounter. What could go wrong? Tier 6s. What could go wrong here? Mobility of the vehicle really showing up now. I don't know really what I do when I drive into combat. The vehicle's so slow. You could actually, you know, think of a song theme, you could write the lyrics to the song, you could form a band, you could get your instrumentalists, you could write the lyrics, you could record the song and produce an album by the time this vehicle gets into combat. It's very, very slow, I'm just putting that out there. But once it's in combat, it's pretty good. It's like one of those electric house dance party things they do. What do they call? Electric dance club? Oh, I don't know, I'm not hip and down with the kids anymore. I'm in my rocking chair going backwards and forwards on my porch. Yeah, back in my day. Sort of stuff like that with a pipe in my mouth. You name it, that's me. I'm the old man. Here we are. Big light pans aside, and the shot missed. Yep. We missed the shot on that. That's not going to be the only shot we're going to miss this game. We missed that shot. That was a pretty nice shot into the side. I would have hoped, but we hit the oil tank. Not fun. Aim up again, see if we can get them. So we've got 2 big light panzers, and there's going to be a lot more in the center. Just you watch. There's going to be a lot more in the center, and we're going to have some fun. I'm actually going to get stuck in this game and not sit around on a hill going, woo, backwards and forwards, being shot at all the time, dishing the odd amount of damage, because this vehicle reloads about a year per round. It takes a little while to reload. I could actually have a picnic before this vehicle's reloaded. I can have lunch. Right then, big light panzer, T-72 Ural also spotted, and there will be chieftains and loads of other things that will appear, but we'll have some fun. And big light panzer, turret, and the shell goes really high, and it misses again. Brilliant accuracy. I could actually, you know, like, throw my shoe out the window, and I'd probably miss the earth. That's how bad the accuracy is. Chieftain Mark 5, aim up on his turret ring, and the shell bounces off as well. Goes low, hits his upper plate, and we bounce off. Not a brilliant start so far. We haven't done a single point of damage. Oh, look at that. VBL, full HP. He gets smashed a couple of times, and easy pickings. Wahaha. He hits us a couple of times with his little 20mm, 30mm, whatever it is, 25mm, 21mm, what, 27.2mm, I don't know what sort of millimeter it is. Could be a 6cm gun for all I know, that's pretty big. But he bounces off. The 11 damage we took was the Typhoon 2 rammed us in the back. Not fun. Not nice. Okay. Big Light Panzer, what's that, 14 HP? Can we get, no we can't get him. Okay then, so there's a Chieftain Mark 5 over here. Let's see what we can do to him. Hello! Bang! 368 damage. That's quite a low roll, actually, for this vehicle. Gonna ram him a little bit. Yeah, come on then, son. Yeah, boy! He fires. He bounces off the track. I fire, and I miss, I think. Did I miss? No, I don't think I did. I think I hit his lower plate. I'm not sure anymore. I'm just assuming this vehicle's missing all the time. There's the big light. Fire. My round goes absolutely nowhere. It travels back in time. It hit 88 miles an hour. Murdered. It completely went back to the future. I don't know where that round went. And we missed the kill on the big light panzer. Come round the corner and I'm like, oh my god. Oh my giddy aunt. Look at that. Full elf chieftain. T-72A. Oh, I didn't realise that was a T-72A, actually. I've only just realised, making this commentary, that's a T-72A. I thought it was a Ural. That makes it even more spectacular when he bounces off. Holy crap. Oh, ha, ha. There he is. Here he comes. Comes around the corner, and he bounces off. And I fire into this lower plate. 423 damage. Not bad at all. This Mark 5 is just, oh my god, he is screwed. Look, all the 80 gems and what have you hitting him. Here's the T-72A. Fires. I bounce off. He bounces off my gun. Ha 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 ha. So I've lost my gun. Ram him. There we go. Good old ram kill on a T-72A. Repair the tracks and the gun. There's the Centauro. And now I am so surprised that that hit. I was moving at about 5 kilometers an hour. And we actually hit him in the turret, and we did 430 damage. LAV 300, boom, he gets completely slam dunked. T-72 Ural, now this is probably the first proper point of damage I take this game. As I'm coming down the hill, the lower plate lifts up a tiny bit, and he hits us there, dealing quite a significant amount, about 400 to 500 damage. So I jump down, ram the Ural for not very much damage at all, and completely waste his time, hit him in the turret ring, knock his turret ring and gun out, and basically game over. There's the swing fire, and he gets obliterated. So we got two types of games there. A very defensive, very long fought out game, a war of attrition that the T-64A did all right in, 3,800 damage, and now a very quick game where we were basically on the front line fighting out in the cap circle with the AOVs and light tanks. How do you think I did? Alright, now just take a moment. No, just think to yourself, up front, taking damage, dishing damage, also spotting friendlies because we were up the front, and there we are. 3,200 spot damage, 2,700 damage, 8 enemies spotted, gold star, recon badge, and a platinum rewards crate. Ah, what a game that was in my T64. And for that game, I only got 186,000 credits. I would have got 280,000 if I had a premium account. The vehicle is fun to play, and it does earn some pretty decent wonga. You know, you dig it. Ah, what a vehicle, though. So, guys, I really hope you've enjoyed this T-64A Hunter video. I have enjoyed making it, too, and I'll try to get more content. I'm really sorry I haven't been able to get anything out at the moment, but I hope you understand the plight of the YouTuber. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one, whenever it is.